But yeah, that's what it's derived from by analogy. The mode is the obvious argument that nobody disputes, and the Bailey is the argument that would be hard to defend by itself. Oh, I like that metaphor a lot. That does make a lot of sense. You know what? Let's not confirm anything, and it just sounds like an accurate representation. Or did you mean there's just a more formal term, and that is kind of common parlance to refer to that concept, I guess, or that style of argument, of convincing? I guess debate maybe is the all-encompassing term to kind of take into account VODs. Yikes. 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 Well, I would say this is Hornet's Nest Shooketh. Okay, this teleport. Sanctuary, what do you do? Well, we're inside the sanctuary. Nothing can harm us. I'm gonna do that just in case. And then it took us out of the sanctuary. Yikes. I feel like there's probably some land term for it as a fallacy, but Moan Bailey's phrase you're familiar with that kind of fits. Yeah, I do like that. I'm gonna try to lock that in. I mean, no promises or guarantee, because unfortunately, as we're all well aware of, my brain is not capable of any kind of consistency in its rendering of information. Okie dokie. Well, as we stumble about in our near-death state here, what can we do? What can we do? I cannot sanctuary for a while. That's fair enough, brother. Another teleport it is, and this time, this one brings me to safety. I can sanctuary again, though. Oh my gosh, K-Man continuing the sub as well. Well, thank you so much. It's a generous day here. It's a party in here indeed, actually. Yeah, that's a succinct way to phrase it. But no, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Well, let's try to stay alive then. With all this good fortune and sharing of friendship. I don't know what my brain. Again, I think there was a word. There was a target, and as soon as I missed the target, it was like, well, there's just nowhere else this sentence can go. Kill it now. Take the shot, my brain says. But okie dokie. What the heck can I do? We can sanctuary again. Just costs like it costs a lot of piety. Unfortunately, needs must in our hour of desperation, right? Take me away. That's not quite going to cut it, but you know what? As good as it gets. We're doing it live. Most spiders can't swim. Orbs of destruction can unfortunately swim. Shoot. Well, when in need of a body shield, I guess we just do one of these. First message, butterflies blown up. Ooh, and there we go. Headphones officially taken care of here. Okay, there we go. I think we at least have audio back. I have no idea what the balance is like. Unfortunately, I've lost touch. But no, of course it is not I who's out of touch. It's the kids who are wrong. Oh gosh. Probably shouldn't take off the headphones. I have no idea what's going on under those when I've been in stream mode for this long, but yikes. No kidding, K-Man. It's been a spider. Weirdly enough, it was like one of the most consistently good spiders for the first 3 floors. And then now is where it kind of all starts to crumble and fall into place. In fact, you know what? I am putting my headphones back on. Not because of my hair status, but volume of voice, I have no idea how to modulate properly without my headphones on. In fact, without the Polybridge soundtrack, do I even know who I am? I think it's a toss-up. But do I really use for like out of teleportation scrolls? Doesn't feel good for sure. I guess can double check. Okay, Recite is only one of these Sons of Guns. We do have Sanctuary back. Probably just once more if I had to guess. Yeah, uniques are definitely hard. We were lucky on that side of things. We haven't seen a unique since our like early game nightmare with Fanar and Maggie showing up. But you've always felt like Spider is harder than its reputation. I don't know how I feel, but I think that my like understanding of the reputation of Spider has fluctuated so much that it's not that I think you're wrong, it's that I've lost all sense of where I land on the matter. So at the end of the day, I think Spider just is kind of terrible. If you don't have AoE, if you're a blaster caster that has a lot of like undodgeable AoE, then it's not really a problem. Until the one Ghost Moth shows up and ruins your entire day. But, you know, that aside, it's not too bad. Okay, we got our Orb of Destruction meat shields in place. We very fortunately did not get caught in the web. But I think this is a slightly better setup. I'm going to use all of my healing, all of my teleportation. Yikes. What? Yeah, I'll Wand of Acid. Sure. So you're 3d20, right? You are 3d20, my friend. That is much more than I care to see. I don't really want to do only one more teleportation scroll. Means if it lands me here, I mean, I'm probably just dead if I had to guess. I was probably a little bit too quick to just jump onto the let's use teleportation scroll for all of our problems. But we'll see. 37% chance to charm you, my friend. I want to heal once just to give me some insurance. Then we use buddies to kill the orb spider. That's something I haven't, that's a mechanic I haven't taken advantage of in a long time here. If you are a summoner, you have no problems with orbs of spiders because they're too dumb, unfortunately, for them to run away from summoned help, as it were. But okay, we've managed to finally recover. Holy moly. But yeah, see invisible and AoE make it a cakewalk, not having either make it scurry. Even having them, sometimes it's pretty scurry. I mean, maybe that's just me, because as I like to occasionally point out, discretion is the better part of valor, and so we will oftentimes very bravely run away. But yeah, it's unusual in that it can be trivialized if you've seen visible in something like Olglebs or any non-poison AoE, right? But then every other run it's a nightmare. I mean, even if I was using axes, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable with our ability to handle ourselves here. But shoot, the Wrath of Math is still up, isn't it? I do like there's this back entrance. That's kind of fun. Okay, Meliai leading the charge. You love to see it. Do you think... Okay, these webs are a little bit of a problem. Man, orb spiders, it's funny, they're one of the few parts of spider that I almost always find to be completely trivial. Except today, apparently, is when they truly wreak their revenge on that. Revenge on us for those those thoughts and feelings that we've expressed many times in the past. I mean, maybe it's just that I don't have a reflection brand this time, and so I can't perform my favorite party trick in the entirety of the game. But hey, it is what it is. Sunmoth, can you notice me? Yes. Notice me. And perfect. Orbs and entropy, bad days. It is what it is, but you're not wrong. Couple of things in this world that we know to be true. But okie dokie. Maybe, just maybe, we are back in the mix now. Okay, we're able to take care of the orb spider. All these spiders are very, very kindly queuing up and coming at us one at a time, which normally we have to ask the game very nicely to deliver us that kind of service, but today the monsters stepped up to us in good, reasonable order, unasked for, by the way. And perfect. Oh shoot, never mind, you're still alive. Almost perfect. Now perfect. We get our first rune. How about that? Holy moly. Okay. No, I've fully ridden the roller coasters of ups and downs, and now I'm happy again. I mean, I'm not a big fan of elitism, and so maybe the hat needs to check itself a little bit in that regard, but regen, you gotta love regen on anything other than an amulet, because as soon as you start stacking these bad boys up, it's smooth sailing from there. Was I not wearing a helmet on this run previously? Why did I think I was already wearing a helmet? We saw one at some point, and I very explicitly in my head said, I don't need that. I'm already wearing a helmet. Yikes. Well, fortunately, intelligence isn't my brand. I've not hitched my wagon to the incorrect horse, because I knew from the get-go that would never work. And so here we are today. Fantastic. Okie dokie. Well, unfortunately, I think this is where I'm gonna have to call it, just based on time here and getting ready for the upcoming week. But overall here, pretty solid run. One thing I will note that probably, if you're a big Zen fan, you've been noting in your head constantly throughout this run, I need to use Recite more. Like, I have a bit of an excuse going through Lair and Spider, I guess, because the majority of enemies are unaffected by it. But when I was in Orc, why am I not spreading the good word? Excuse me, do I even care for Zen? Do I even love my god? Apparently not. That's all I have to say. So with that in mind, we'll try to recite a little bit more often next time around, if we can kind of wrap our heads around that. But otherwise, pretty solid. This is the first time, I mean, besides this being a solid weapon, this was the first time in a long time that we didn't just get absolutely carried by an artifact. I mean, this is even kind of good, but, you know, not the game changer that we were hoping for from that original acquirement scroll. So I can't complain too much. Petra's making their way forward in pretty solid time here. Got our first rune, and hopefully more to follow. But that will have to be probably next week when we jump back into it. I don't know, it's funny how the brain works. Because again, prior to streaming today, I think I was a little bit off feeling, or you know, just wasn't on the ball for thinking I'd do a good job of it. Maybe lots of factors, suffice it to say I was unsure, uncertain. And then as soon as I started, got into the groove, and then I really enjoyed a lot of today's stream. I mean, any excuse to let my mind loose amongst the chickens and talk about whatever kind of randomness comes up, I always do enjoy. And it's not every time. Sometimes I feel the like lead in my synapses, and I can feel myself not able to to bop around. And even though today I think I struggled a lot with like I don't know, capturing the right word and kind of encapsulating my mental stream into an understandable series of words, as we do as human beings. Despite all that, still felt pretty good about it. So big thanks to all of you for that, especially all of you in chat. I think you got the juices going today, and it makes me want to stick around. Makes me want to stream more than just once a week, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely though, for tonight, I think we will have to call it. And yeah, as always though, of course, huge appreciation for all of you lovely folks for joining me. I mean, definitely those chatting alongside us, but hey, if you're looking in the background, if you're a viewer after my own heart, and you're just silently in the background, or hey, if you're watching this down the road through the VODs on Twitch or YouTube, thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. Thanks again as well for the subscriptions today. And yeah, I guess we'll hold out hope for Petra as we come back next week. I'm rereading the name Petra. I'm like, I've got to have used this before on a character. It makes sense whenever I do like Latin root for things. I think that's my brain's like shortcut for coming up with names of anything. But it's weirdly familiar now. Petra fly indeed. I mean, hopefully we get to see them fly a little bit. Not too much. Not dangerously slow. We're not Icarus out here. Okay, Petra? Keep those wings in check. Don't go near the sun. But at least a little bit of flight. That's pretty swell. Okie dokie, we will do a quick check to see who's live, and it will just take me a moment here, seeing as how I decided it was a good idea to update my laptop while we went through. Not at all accounting for the fact that I was going to have to spin the wheels while I wait for my already struggling laptop to get through things. I mean, I think that was probably part of it. I thought that by restarting it and letting it update that I was enacting the greater good. I was going to help this little buddy speed up a bit, feel better about themselves, and by extension feel better about each other. But it is what it is. And I would do it on my computer, but I'm already concerned that it's not my lovely Polybridge soundtrack playing to all of you, and I've accidentally left on a window in the background that's just what would I leave on my computer? It's a Supernatural episode. That's something that I've weirdly gone into recently, just because I need a background show. If I'm looking for something to shut my brain off with at like 2 in the morning, gotta love like Syndicate television from back in the day. Plus, season 16 is coming, and I do like Jensen Ackles a lot. But all of that is neither here nor there. Oh, me, oh, my. And hopefully, I can get my technology functioning at least at a base level here in but a moment. Or this is just our lives now. I don't get off in time today, don't finish any of the other things I need to do this evening, and instead, it's just you and I, locked in eternal conversation for the rest of time. Eternity wouldn't be so bad. For you, because obviously, as we've talked about tonight, I'm awesome, and my stream of consciousness is a godsend that everyone should be happy to listen to. I'm pretty sure that's where we landed, as a collective. That's not me saying that, of course. Some people may call me a hero. And we'll just leave it at that. There we go. Managed to stall out just long enough. Maybe. No. I should never have been so confident in myself. Oh me, oh my. There we go. Let's do that check now, shall we? That check we initiated so long ago to see who else is live at the moment, and if anyone is available to send a raid off to here. Does look like we have new options. Oh my gosh. It's nice when you're a small streamer, and I don't even know. Again, I always feel weird about assigning that title to myself in general, because probably imposter syndrome and all of that, but also some validity to that imposter syndrome to a certain extent. But it's nice because normally I only have one friend on. Keeps things nice and simple, but now I have to make a decision. Fortunately, this is why we invented coins. Evolution. Heads number 1, tails number 2. Heads number 1. Okie dokie. So it is looking like today we will be sending a raid off to Chadley here. And Rad Modulo 2 indeed. Hell yeah. I mean, it helps to me. I mean, my decision making is already horrendous, as I will express constantly on stream here. I've never been one to play up any ability in that department. So I'm always happy to resort to a coin flip, but on top of this, on top of that rather, I love this coin. I mean, there's no way my mic settings are set up properly, but just take my word for it. The way it sings, that's a good coin right there. That's like a piece of pirate treasure. But okie dokie. Just average opinion of, I think it's Australian currency. No offense to my Aussies. But okie dokie. Before I do actually make true on that joke about keeping you locked in here for all eternity, I probably should just get the ball rolling on this raid. It's nice once you like trigger the raid, starts counting down, and it's a good way to get me to shut up. I do find that I have one coworker that we're both the same type of talker. We're both very stream of consciousness, and we're both like incapable of not taking the tangent. When the train arrives at the station and it's like, you want to go off this random rail? We gotta. But I find that A, our calls just go on for way longer than they should, and B, every single call in recent memory has ended with a like, oh gosh, I guess okay, now I have a meeting in 5 minutes, so I really have to go. So we should probably go. And then I will generally say something along the lines of, oh, I know, like, you and I, we're both these, like, garden path speakers, and, you know, we can go on and on forever, and look at me, I'm doing it right now. Okay, goodbye. And we just have to put a pin in it. Can't finish those thoughts, because those thoughts will beget other thoughts until so on and so forth. And so with that in mind, let's put a conditional timer on myself here, using the raid, and get me to actually wrap things up here, because yeah, of course, again, just want to reiterate the appreciation for all you lovely folks out there. Thank you for joining us. I hope it's enjoyable to watch. Definitely was and is enjoyable to keep playing the game for the moment here. So yeah, thank you. And regardless of my incessant desire to lock people into endless conversation, I do hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there, and I definitely hope to see you next time when we jump back in with Petra. Maybe, just maybe, get another good god victory here. I'll see you soon. Wait a second, I didn't do the thing. Remember, folks, who never even for a moment didn't have it. Shoot. Rah!